There is one estate that stands out as a pillar of quality and elegance in the stable of top South African wineries. De Wetshof, a pioneer of noble white varieties. From the moment you approach the tasting area until you sample the outstanding wines produced at De Wetshof, you realize that there are no idle boasts here. The plethora of local and international awards is testament to the estate's decades of production of fine wines that have been appreciated around the world. This is a three-generation family business. Today, Leska and Dani de Wet and their sons, Johan, who tends the vineyards and is responsible for marketing, and Peter, who proudly works in the cellar, oversee this classical wine estate. Here, wines are painstakingly produced using the most modern and yet common sense approach to winemaking. De Wetshof lies in the Robertson Wine Valley, a mere 2 hours to the east of Cape Town, surrounded by the jagged crags of the Langeberg Mountains to the north and the Riviersonderend Mountains to the south. Between meanders one of South Africa's most delightful rivers, the Breda River, the lifeblood of wine farms in the valley. The expertise of winemaking has developed in South Africa over some 350 years, since Governor of the Cape Jan van Riebeeck arrived in Table Bay to establish a victualling station and vegetable gardens for ships of the Dutch East India Company plying the sea routes to the east. He built a castle and established his gardens in the lee of Table Mountain. Today, Cape Town is a vibrant multicultural city with its architecture representing the old and the new. The waterfront attracts thousands of visitors each year, as do the delightful beaches that surround the peninsula. Winemaking in this Mediterranean climate began in 1656, 4 years after van Riebeeck's arrival, and soon blocks of vines dotted the slopes of the peninsula. South Africa's wine industry was born. Until the late 19th century, farming in the Robertson Valley was pretty limited, but the damming and introduction of weirs along the Breda River brought an immediate increase in farming across the whole valley, and with it, the increase in grape production. When the de Wet family arrived in the valley, they soon realized that the terroir was ideal for wine. The Robertson Valley is blessed with soils high in calcium, a regular water supply throughout the year, and warm summer days with cooling winds. Dani de Wet will be the first to tell you that good wine starts in the vineyard. Having been educated in viticulture and winemaking at Geisenheim in Germany, Dani realized that noble white varieties such as Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc would do well in the valley of wine and roses. Dani has employed a scientific approach to growing grapes as well as wine production. Soils and slopes have been carefully analyzed to ensure that the terroir is perfect for the variety and clone grown. This painstaking approach ensures a perfect balance in the structure of the grapes and consequently the flavors for which De Wetshof is renowned. The grapes are harvested in the early mornings when they are at their optimum and rapidly transported to the cellar where they are crushed. The De Wetshof cellar is totally self-contained and embraces the latest winemaking technology. From the moment the vineyards are planted, their future has already been planned. Each vineyard is managed to produce a certain style of wine for a specific label. The estate's Chardonnays are their flagship, and many spend time in French oak before Dani is satisfied that the wine is ready for bottling. But with a variety of soils and slopes at de Wetshof, the estate is also good for other varieties, and bottlings of Pinot Noir have been very successful. Good grapes picked at the right time and painstakingly nurtured in the cellar provide for outstanding wines. De Wetshof tasting area and offices are elegant yet practical, built in the neoclassical style. Both this building and the cellar are a tribute to Louis-Michel Thibault, a famous 18th century architect of the Cape. A visit to the estate allows for an exceptional experience of Chardonnay in all its available styles. De Wetshof is not just about one family, but all the families that live and work on the farm. The children, too, are well catered for in the creche that the de Wets have built on the estate. Biodiversity is quite a buzzword in the industry these days. Back in 1974, Dani took the lead by cordoning off 400 hectares to conserve the surrounding bush in its natural state. The estate is a member of the Wine and Biodiversity Initiative. De Wetshof Estate, not just a pioneer in elegant and noble white wines, but a groundbreaking wine estate continually seeking new flavors in its wines to continue to compete with the world's best.